Two down, many, many more to go. Lagdou Ruins 3. And I'm going to want to make sure that I have restore staves for this one, so let's see if I know I have at least one. Who has it? Spew Torch, Hammer, where is my restore staff, actually? If I don't have any, this is going to be really bad. Okay, wait, no, you don't have any... Oh, this is not good. Alright, you have restore. That seems to be my only restore staff, and that's really bad. Okay, then. Thankfully, I do have 2 purge uses, and I did promise that I'd be giving Natasha a better, I can't give anything because of that stupid... Yeah, let's go ahead and use some of my extra characters as storage. I suppose I can just use Shine. Was saying that I would give Natasha a better staff here, so let's go ahead and take one of those. I wonder if Warp will come in handy at some point here. Ross is doing pretty decently. Let's see if I can give him another axe. That is my only silver axe that has full uses. Joshua definitely needs more weapons. Let's see who I'm likely to be using here, though. Definitely Natasha. Cormag is pretty insanely overleveled. Okay, so let's just show this map. So this map is kind of interesting. It's full of Gorgons and archers. Also, lots and lots of Gwyllgis too, so we're going to want high speed, I guess. Do you have anything particularly dangerous? No, just a short bow. There's exactly 1 white on this map with a chest key, and there are 2 chests here. A lot of the monsters are locked behind doors, but there are going to be some reinforcements spawning that are going to try and open the doors. It's sort of weird. And I really don't want to be bringing Colum or Rennick here, because I just don't want to have to babysit them, so this is going to be a problem. Longbows, this is where training an archer is helpful, because all these Gorgons here have stone, and longbows are really good for taking them out before they have a chance to be a real pain. This map, I've had issues with this map in the past. I've had characters getting turned to stone and critted and killed, and I've had to restart the whole ruins because of that. Also, this being hard mode, every single Gorgon is going to have maxed out magic. So yeah, no exceptions, they all have max magic, which is kind of a problem. But none of them have Shadow Shot, which is good. So yeah, who am I going to use here? I'm thinking probably Amelia. Like I said, I want good speed, so Joshua. Definitely want Natasha for the Gorgons. Need to bring somebody with a Restore Staff, so that's probably going to be... No, Ewan can't use Restore. Do I need Ewan here? I mean, I'd rather bring him than Loot, but Loot's the other one who could use Restore. I could just give Restore to Natasha, though, and just bring Ewan. Because his Looter is going to be pretty useful, too. I don't think Ross is going to do so well here. I think maybe Garrick, and I think maybe Tana, and I guess Ephraim. Let's go ahead and see what we've got for Ephraim. We've got a lot of extra Silver Lances, might as well give him one. And might as well give you an extra... Wish I had better things than the Steel Blade. Actually, wait, you already have an extra Silver Lance, that's fine. I think Loot's fine. You are definitely not fine. You need to get some new swords. Only one more Shamshir and one more Killing Edge left, though. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just take that one Killing Edge and another Silver Sword. Garrick, I think, is currently fine on weapons. Tana, let's see how... she doesn't have much in the way of good weapons, actually. Let's go ahead and take an extra Silver Lance for her. Okay, and I also need to switch the Philly Shield over. Just remember that. So I'm going to need to get rid of... maybe just that Javelin, I guess. Yeah, because otherwise these archers are going to just destroy her. Let's see if there are any droppable items around here. Brave Sword. I definitely want to get my hands on that. Alright, there is a Sword Slayer. He's currently trapped within that wall, though. So many Hellfangs. Oh yeah, and the boss has a droppable blue gem here. Don't know if that's a guaranteed drop or if it's just a random one, but... Another killer bow. And there is a droppable Killing Edge I just noticed. Okay, so who goes where now? So many Gorgons. This is going to be a real pain. I want to get rid of these guys early. Maybe with some people with higher movement, just so they can easily get back into the action after they've done that. Okay then, let's go. Now here I wish I had a lock-in attack range option, because I really want to see the Gorgon stone ranges. Okay, you are a lance user. So I suppose Garrick should fight that one first. And another critical. Some people have been counting Garrick crits. I say they shouldn't count if they're from a killer weapon, because that's kind of unfair. The counter was meant for low percent criticals anyway. Yeah, Amelia can reach that other one, so that's good. Can't quite kill that thing with a non-crit, though. But there's a crit. And a not-kill crit. Just barely a not-kill crit. And there's a second completely unnecessary one. The Swordmaster critical animation reminds me of something that I could talk about here, but might not go into it just yet. You, Steel Sword, Horse Slayer. Right, Horse Slayer. Definitely stay away from that with Amelia. Even though at this point they're not actually that. Wait a second! Okay, that's out of stone range. Good, because that wall is... Yeah, that's a too-thick wall. Good thing that's a too-thick wall, otherwise we'd have problems. I really want Amelia to be able to use silver swords, because that would make things so much more convenient. I don't like having to use this steel blade on her. Her sword rank should go up pretty soon, though, I think. Some people are saying it's funny how in this game, brave weapons are B ranked and silver weapons are A ranked, as opposed to the newer games when it's the other way around, but... I've said for a few, reasons that, for some reason, I just don't find brave weapons to be nearly as strong as they are in later games in this one. It's probably due to forging. Forged brave weapons are kind of broken. There's unnecessary pierce. I still need to confirm whether that's exclusive to the American version or not. Yeah, I thought that by getting that one out of the way, Ephraim would be able to kill the other one. Tana and Ephraim, battle couple action. Still not nearly as powerful as battle couples are in some games in the series, but they're still pretty good here. You have just a normal iron bow. Who has the best defense out of all of the... Ironically, it's Ewan, the one who started with 0 defense. That's pretty silly. Okay, gotta be careful of bolting, though. Don't want to use too many uses of that, since it's actually pretty valuable. Okay, now, initially this shouldn't be too bad, but things might get a bit crazy later on with the whites. I was going to call them Bone Walkers, but they're not actually Bone Walkers here. Speaking of which, I've since looked up, and that Bone Walker in the previous map is always there, and he's always programmed to break that wall after you cross a specific threshold of the map. I have no idea why he does that, but it's just part of his AI, apparently. Second exact kill from Amelia. Also, I almost called him Ogma again. I don't know why I'm doing that, but yeah, Garrick just capped his HP. Just reached the HP cap for playable characters. As I mentioned earlier, enemies don't have an HP cap. They can go all the way up to the maximum possible stat value with that. Yeah, I thought you'd move last. Of course, his current HP is not quite the max, because leveling up does not raise your current HP, only your max HP. Apologies for the sudden silence, I had to sneeze. Good thing I can mute my microphone. Okay, so these Revenants here, yeah, they're going to open the doors, and their door keys aren't droppable. You can try and steal their door keys, or you can try and snipe them with long-range magic to prevent the doors from being opened, and I wonder if I'm... no way I'm going to be able to one-shot with bolting. And I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm not going to double with bolting either, but let's see if I can... Yeah, I had a feeling I wouldn't one-shot with Purge either, so that means this door is getting open whether we like it or not. And in some ways, I'm kind of okay with that, because this is a route chapter, we actually have to open up these rooms anyway, so it doesn't really matter exactly when they open. So, yeah, let's just see. Let's get Tana back. Let's not do that, though. Let's get Ephraim back, but let's just be careful, because we don't want the Gorgon's going to come out of there eventually. Yeah, they're just sneakily positioned so as you can't hit them in their initial positions without longbows. That's why having a longbow here is actually pretty useful. Of course, if I'd known exactly where this guy spawned, I could have positioned people to take him out immediately. But like I said, I'm fine with this door being open now. Just need to make sure that I'm ready for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, up to there. That shouldn't be too bad. Should I send people back down here, or should I have these people fight around this area? Do have to watch out for... Okay, one of you does have the Horse Slayer. Heavy Spear and a Horse Slayer. Nightmare for Great Knights, I guess. And what do you two have? Iron Lance and Lance Reaver and a... Oh, okay, I don't want you using that Brave Sword on me. I want you to... and I can't attack that thing at melee range without... And I can't attack that thing in ranged range without not killing it. Sometimes the enemies have this weird habit of, okay, if I do equip that Lance... if I do use a Lance against this thing, there is a very distinct possibility that it will keep its Lance Reaver equipped and not use its Brave Sword, and that's good with me. Because I want that Brave Sword drop. Definitely want that Brave Sword drop. Because even though I said earlier, the Brave weapons aren't quite as amazing as they are in later games, they're still very, very good. Alright, now let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, this entire corridor is off limits. Most of them seem to be Lance users. Guess I can send Joshua back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not quite in range. Those things have as much movement as mounted, promoted characters, which is kind of funny. Okay. Next turn time. Yeah, I thought you'd be opening that door immediately. Not sure what door the other one's going to go for, though. Okay, the moment of truth is the next one that attacks. Will he use his Lance Reaver? If he does, I'm okay with that. If he doesn't, then I get the Lance Reaver, and that's not a bad weapon either. I've said it before, but I'm really glad they brought back Reaver weapons in... And he did equip the Lance Reaver, good, but in Fates. I mean, technically they were dual weapons, but still, they did kind of the same thing. Kind of like how they included a Reaver Tome as well. Still annoyed that I missed that conversation in my blind run, the one from Ophelia's Paralogue. Anyway, there's a break, which, ironically, I think you can actually use that. So, might as well keep that. Even though I'm probably going to give it to... Yeah, I'd rather give it to Garrick than Joshua, because Joshua double attacks nearly everything anyway, and his strength is a bit lower, so... I'd rather have a high crit rate weapon on him than one that lets you attack multiple times, whereas Garrick doesn't always attack multiple times, and with Garrick's higher strength, he'd get more mileage out of hitting 4 times. Still like how Garrick uses axes decently well, though. How high is his axe rank now? Because I'm not using steel axes on him, and they're the ones that give better, better weapon experience. He had exactly 6 uses, so yeah, he kills. I think this was 3 kills. Yeah, we're all probably... Yeah, that was exactly enough for 3 kills. We're all probably going to end up at level 20 by the end of this, definitely. And yes, here comes the big surge of enemies. Actually, that is quite a lot of enemies. Is that Gorgon going to move too? Yes, the Gorgon is going to move. Alright, I'm guessing you also have a door key. Yes, you do. You're probably going to unlock this room with all of those Gwyllgis. Okay, I'm guessing you're going to unlock that room? Yeah, I suppose so. And yeah, there's some stairs there and stairs there, so there are probably going to be a lot of reinforcements here too. I don't like that Gorgon. Yeah, some people do actually suggest on this map running back and turtling in here, which might not be a bad idea. Though, okay, I really don't want to speak too soon, but I get the feeling that that Gorgon is not going to be the first to move. And if it's not the first to move, I don't need to worry as much about stone. Oh, right, one of you has a sword slayer, doesn't it? Yes, that thing does. And that is actually not a bad hit rate. Don't double you. I don't actually one-shot you with that. I haven't... Actually, wait, your HP is pretty low. I just realized that I could try something that's kind of crazy. How much damage is... Ah! Okay, yeah, that's not good. Wait a minute, but if I... Yeah, no, he's not getting doubled by that if I use that weapon. Okay, so here's my, That is not even a one-shot. Okay. That's not... I have to use Sigmund. So yeah, so my plan is... to kill off this thing, and then I can actually have Tana javelin the Gorgon. That'd make things a lot easier, but these Gwyllgis I definitely need to worry about. I actually have to use Sigmund here. I'm also probably going to have to Physic Ephraim after this. Might even need to use Fortify if things come to it. Or this could just miss. Okay, that's good. Kind of interesting how the twins' legendary weapons are the other ones that have their own theme, but I guess that makes sense. Well, okay, this all comes down to actually being able to... Oh no, that's definitely a kill, no questions about it. Yes! Critical! I was hoping for that too. Because any chance of stone is a chance I don't want to take. I know that 8% is almost non-existent under true hit. Hey, finally learned how to gain strength. That's good. It only took you, like, what, the entire game? She had more strength than this as a level 1 promoted Falcon Knight on Erica's route, by the way, and I'm not exaggerating at all. Anyway, the problem here is these things. Actually, we're not getting doubled by that. The Sword Slayer, though, is definitely an issue. I may or may not have to break this out. Yes, I'm going to have to break this out. I wonder if the other Gwyllgi's going to double her with this, though, because even though this gives +5 speed, it does have a lot of weight. So +5 speed means that we've got 27 speed, effectively, but this is 13 weight, and we've only got 6 con. I'm not thinking going to double her. Okay, I can kill off that one. Okay, Joshua has enough movement to reach that. And Ewan has enough movement to potentially attack it from range. Even though his hit rate is bad. I guess the one good thing about Gleipnir is that it actually has a not terrible hit rate. Alright, so Natasha eliminates this thing. And gets an unnecessary critical just to show off. I guess you could say that monster Shine gets. I think her luck is meant to be a lot higher than this by this point too, but anyway. Now, here's the issue. Do I either go for a critical, which 17 times 3 is almost certainly going to kill, or do I go for that, and that could still also critical. No matter what I do, I've got a decent, at least somewhat decent chance of Ewan... Because this thing has to die this turn. Like, otherwise Loot is probably going to die. Except she'll kill it on the counterattack, so maybe she won't die. Anyway, let's just see how this goes. Well, both of these could potentially kill, but... Okay, this is really bizarre. I just suddenly had a weird sense of deja vu. Like, I just felt like I've recorded this exact map and been in this exact situation before. I know I haven't, but I just get this weird feeling sometimes when I'm playing games. I'm like, wait a minute, I get this feeling that may have actually happened before, but it hasn't. Oh, I don't like this at all. This is not exactly the best hit rate, but I'm pretty sure that anything that Gwyllgi will attack is going to kill it on the counter and not have to endure a double attack from it. But I don't need to worry because it's dead anyway. 99 again. Okay, so this entire area now is completely secure. That's good. Now I just need to worry other places, including that Gorgon. Yeah, there's really... Okay, if I break that in one turn and then rush in and kill it, I might be able to avoid stone. And Amelia can just No, she can't completely circumvent, because between themselves, all three of these Gorgons have this corridor completely covered by stone, so... Yeah, I kind of hate it when that happens. On the other hand, though, Garrett can just... Well, that's not enough. Ironically, this is enough, even without criticals. And I didn't get a critical on either attack. That's not max skill, I don't think. I think Hero's skill cap is like 28 or 29 or something. And we got a replacement Killing Edge. Yeah, no, it's definitely... Oh, maybe it's 30. I feel like it's not 30, though. I think it's like 28 or 29. I know in some games it's 30. I think in Shadow Dragon it's 30. That's not enough. If I equip this Javelin, that forces him to go for Garrick. Okay, yeah, there's that door. But I'm very far away from that. Okay, that one's going for the other door. I may... Okay, so Garrick and... I like Gorgons coming to me. That's definitely better than having to potentially go into their range. And as I thought, there's a reinforcement. Yeah, something that I've read online is that these whites are completely passive. Like, after they've used their keys, they just stand there and don't attack you. But what we have here is a ton of Gwyllgis, plus a Gorgon coming right at us. And we're soon going to have another ton of Gwyllgis coming right at us. And then we've also got reinforcements starting to spawn. Okay, so the moment that... Yeah, that's going to release this thing. That's its potential stone range. I wonder if Garrett can potentially handle all those Gwyllgis. He probably can. And with a Brave Sword, he'll actually be doubling most of them. Of course, I need to make sure that Gorgon dies first. Now, the question is, does Amelia stay here and back up Garrick, or does she, I think I'm going to have her stay around here and back up Garrick, although she needs a little bit of healing. Oh yeah, you're certainly in range. Not of that, I meant of Physic. Kinda wanting to save Fortify for later. You can potentially get extra Fortifies in the Ruins, though. I'm surprised that I haven't actually gone on one of my... As of now, currently... Oh, hey, Swordmasters only have a 29 skill cap. I was sure it was 30. Might as well finish off the level up on Ewan, but anyway. Haven't gone on one of my, kind of, at this point, trademark for the post-game tangents yet, but... This map actually has quite a lot going on early on. I am going to talk about what's in the chest, but I think I'm only going to be getting one of them. Okay, speed is alright. Alright, now, like I said, we've got a huge number of things coming at us from down here. We also have one Bone Walker over white. Keep forgetting that. I was about to ask if whites were even in Echoes. I'm pretty sure whites are in Echoes, but you don't see them until, like, really, really late, or they're only random monsters, like random super monsters. You know, I've forgotten when they actually show up, but I'm sure whites actually are in that game. Wait a minute, didn't they just go with the Gaiden translation of Lich in the English version of Echoes? I feel like they might have. Yeah, because they're called Lich in Japanese. Which I guess still makes sense. And yeah, Entombed are called mummies, which, kind of feel like they should have done that as the translation from the start, because in this game, they don't look like mummies, but in every other game that have Entombed, they're very obviously supposed to be mummies, so that translation kind of came back to bite them. Alright, now if I equip the Brave, we both double, except you're going to be doubling anyway. This is potentially bad. I want that Gorgon to be dead. Don't think anything else here has door keys. And this could be a situation where that 7 HP that Garrick is missing could be the difference between death and not death. Especially if all 4 of these Gwyllgis double him. So that's 40 damage total? 40 damage total. Actually, he can take that. And that's assuming, okay, so that's 26. Okay, 2 of them have 26. Oh, yeah, even the 25 speed Gorgons double him. If only you gain 1 point of speed, then the 25 speed Gorgons wouldn't double you. I'm going to physic you just in case it actually matters. Watch out for these other Gwyllgis though, there's so many of them on this map. Like I said, the Ruins maps kind of follow a sort of a theme to them. And it's already almost 30 minutes. Yeah, this one's going to be even longer than the other 2, probably. 28, still 28 enemies left. Okay, I trust in Garrett. And he didn't even need the Brave weapon. Okay, yeah, that's the kind of critical that probably should be counted. The question here is... Okay, she can't use the Brave Sword without getting doubled. And that's a very low hit rate. 12. Amelia has 48 HP, and 46 HP, and there's a very good chance that a lot of them are going to miss her, but even still... Okay, the Javelin does weigh her down. Even the Silver Lance does. 9 con... the con system really hates female characters in this game. Alright, wait, that Gorgon is not quite all the way to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to put Ephraim here. Okay, I think he's gonna be fine. But I'd rather have Ephraim just... Not Ephraim, Garrick just tank all of that on his own. And I almost said Ogma again. I don't know why I'm doing that. I haven't played a game with Ogma in it for a really long time. I have no idea why my mind is so fixated on calling Garrick him. I guess speaking of Ogma, okay, I did have a tangent planned for this episode, but considering Joshua can get attacked, no he can't, that's good. Considering just how hectic this has been for a little while, I think I might hold off on that for now. Because Garrick suddenly dying mid-tangent would be, I didn't want you to hit, that's bad. I'm very glad that I did fully heal his HP though, because this might be all the difference. So I'll wait to see if Garrick survives or not, and then I'll go on that tangent that I promised. Okay, 1 defense is great. Because when you're doubling, that means 2 less damage. Oh right, you don't even get a chance to double because Garrick gets both of his attacks with the Brave Sword on you. Another use of Brave Weapons, preventing counterattacks. Though yeah, with the speed that he gained, Garrick is not going to get doubled by the... that's a powerful Hellfang. is not going to get doubled by... Oh, and he's not going to kill this one either. Oh, actually, wait. I take that back. He is going to kill this... This has just been a weird episode of me tempting fate, hasn't it? So the 25 speed Gwyllgis don't double him anymore because he gained 1 point of speed. So that's good. So I don't want to speak too soon, but I think he's safe. Yeah, this Gwyllgi's not going to double him anymore. Came very close though. Wow, if he didn't gain that 1 point of speed, he probably would have been dead. And if he'd missed one of the Gwyllgis with one of his Brave Sword attacks, I'm so glad that I'm using the Brave Sword on him right now. Oh, that was close. Yeah, I thought that thing could attack him for a second. I kind of feel like Gwyllgis are much stronger on hard mode than they are on normal, because it's really just the sheer amount of speed that makes them such a threat, and I don't think they have anywhere near this much speed on normal. Or easy. I guess I can give a somewhat related story about easy mode. I knew that would hit. So yeah, I'm very glad that I gained that 1 point of speed and that I healed him. Speaking of healing him, I need to heal him now. Oh great, more reinforcements. But yeah, something that I could mention is, so when I was... Okay, neither of you have door keys, that's good. So when I was doing the... When I was replaying the first few chapters just to get up to recruiting Ross to show off the footage of super trainees, so when I was doing that, I originally was like, oh, I'll play on easy mode, because that will make it faster to play up to that point, because the chapters will just be easy, right? And then I remembered the tutorial. So, ironically, it's actually much, much faster to play on normal than it is on easy by a very considerable margin, because tutorials. So, yeah. So that's just something that I found kind of amusing. I guess I could use the Brave Sword here. Anything else that could potentially attack? No, I don't think so. So, hey, you get to use the Brave Sword. Another use of Brave Weapons gives you more weapon experience thanks to the more attacks from the weapon. Oh, you're still not there yet. Oh, actually, you've got quite a while to go before you're A-ranked in swords. So, probably shouldn't be complaining. Right, now let me see... Okay, that thing can potentially attack Natasha, but at least the Gwyllgi can't. But yeah, it's kind of funny, because normally you'd assume that playing on the lower difficulty level is, faster, but in this case, it's really, really not faster. It's incredibly slower. And yeah, I have been told about the... Well, not told. I was originally planning to demo that in the first episode, the tutorial override. Not glitch, but it's an actual debug feature that was... See, presumably left in the game. Weird thing is, I couldn't get it to work. I kept trying to get it to work, and it just... I wonder if it's actually just an FE7 thing. Or maybe it's only in the prototype version of this game. You're supposed to be able to hold a certain button combination to break out of any force movement due to tutorials. The main use of this is back in FE7, breaking out of Wallace's force promotion, so you can use your Night Crest on someone else, but... Like, from a lot of sources, I've been told that it works in Sacred Stones, but I've just never been able to get it to work. I just wanted to... Basically, what I was gonna do is I wanted to go, screw Destiny, let's have Seth kill the Chapter 1 boss instead! But, sadly, it was not to be. Another 99. Wait, that's actually not Gorgon range. So okay, can't even put you in range. I guess I can lure you and say one less enemy for the route. Okay, yeah, that's just a steel bow. That's not anything really, really dangerous. It's not like a killer bow or anything. Alright. So, we don't have to worry about any of the doors opening now. But this Gorgon is going to just sit in the center and be annoying. And really only mounted units stand a chance of running up this corridor without getting stoned, so I might have to send my non-mounted characters around here. Okay, let's see if Garrett continues to be invincible. I was half expecting him to crit there. Well, he didn't get doubled, so that's good. Level 19 already. Yeah, he's probably only going to be capping strength. I've had Garrick's cap strength, skill, and speed. Well, strength and HP. But yeah, I've had Garrick's cap a lot more than this, so this has been a somewhat below average Garrick. I still love the Sage Critical. Saw that a lot back in FE7 with Pen as an NPC. Yeah, Natasha probably needs to get out of there. Okay, you there. You didn't go for Natasha, I was hoping you would. Because then you would die. Ugh. Reinforcements, always annoying. Just thought of a very, very weird tangent that I could go on. I suppose I could start saying it now. Okay, so, very, very, very weird tangent. I can't attack that thing without getting into stone range, which is unfortunate. But very weird tangent is that... Okay, first, that hit rate is not reliable. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to retreat Natasha a little bit. But yeah, very, very weird tangent is that, I have, so just a disclaimer, I have absolutely no experience with... Okay, you can't go there, you can't go there. I have no experience with this series. I think it was Command and... I wonder if it was... I think it was Command and Conquer. I think it was one of the earlier Command and Conquers, but, I was at a friend's house one time and seeing them play an early Command and Conquer on PC, because this was back when I was really, I mean, okay, so this was back when I was in, like, really, really young, like, the equivalent of, like, grade school for America, so very, very young. But this was back when I'd become obsessed with Age of Empires and had really loved that game. So, at a friend's place, they were playing a little bit of Command and Conquer, and so... The funny thing is that Command & Conquer, when it first, well, the first Command & Conquer, when it got released in Australia for the first time, it was horribly misrated. They gave it a G8+, like the equivalent of E10, and then it was quickly re-released with an MA rating, the equivalent of US's M, because it's actually quite bloody from what I've heard about it. And has some apparently quite graphic deaths by units killed by fire. So, but because it was massively misrated, a lot of kids played it back in the day. So, I mean, I suppose kids would play it anyway, even after it wouldn't be, even after it was MA rated, because, yeah, sometimes they just play those things just to be cool. But anyway, not going to go into that. But, anyway, so, the point of this story is that I didn't understand what was going on, but there was just a part of this scenario where... You get into this enemy base, and then people just start dropping down in parachutes. So this is the only thing I remember about seeing this game. And the thing that just stuck into my mind is that somebody screamed, "Reinforcements! Ah!" So that sticks out in my mind every time I see reinforcements in any game I play. My mind immediately goes to that, goes to reinforcements! And just random screaming. It was just such an overreaction to reinforcements appearing that I always thought it was funny. And that was one of the, like, I know that some of the later Command & Conquer games went full-on ham, but that was one that I don't think did. It was a bit more subdued. So, it was kind of weird having a reaction like that in the story from my childhood. That I was like... I think by today's standards, it's not that graphic at all, but back then, yeah. But still weird when games get enormously misrated sometimes. Yeah, of course, my mind just suddenly went to the Grand Theft Auto controversy, but, Although, yeah, I still don't think the whole controversy over that was fair, because from what I remember, that was over a mod that wasn't even, like, it was content that was technically in the game, but you wouldn't see it without hacking, so I don't understand why that really deserves a re-rating, I guess. And it didn't cause that much of an issue outside of America, because the game was already 18 plus everywhere apart from America anyway, so it's not like, yeah. I know that I probably, this is a weird thing to be on a tangent about, and I don't know if I should be talking about this kind of thing, but I still think it's like, I still think the controversy was really overblown, because it's like, yeah, like, killing pedestrians gorily is fine, but consensual sex between two adults, oh no! Alright, that Malduin probably needs to go. The enemies are just all scattered at this point. I am really wishing that I had longbows here, but I did not train an archer in this. Garrick actually needs a critical to kill that thing. Well, he's guaranteed to kill that, so I might as well go for it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm out of stone range. Anyway, I guess I should probably talk about the tangent that I actually planned to go on here, and that was Fire Emblem Warriors. I wondered, no, you don't have any range weapon. Normally, a move like this would be suicidal, but I have the Philly Shield, so that's fine. Actually, wait, no, I was intentionally keeping you here because of that archer, that's why. And you... Wait a minute. Okay, there's two things I could... Actually, wait, no, I have a full inventory. No, that's not enough, but I might as well try anyway. 11 damage on Ephraim, though, is more than I would expect. Oh, and that just pushed him over his level up. I suppose I could finish this thing off with Tana, but I'd rather keep her... Okay, he now needs to not gain strength in the next... 3 level ups in order to not cap it, but it's probably going to happen. Yeah, look at those stats. Ephraim is pretty crazily strong. Okay, 2 of them can potentially go for Tana. And I still get the feeling that the AI doesn't know about the Philly Shield, so it still goes, oh, a flyer, I'll attack it with my archer. But anyway, the tangent that I was planning to go on, Fire Emblem Warriors. So, yeah, the reveal of Lyn that came out just after I started recording the Ruins. So, the first 2 episodes were recorded before I knew that. And as of recording this, I'll just say that the second part of the Ruins hasn't gone up yet. But yeah, Nintendo Directs are usually at a very weird time for me. Australia's time zone generally just doesn't work for a lot of things. I did actually catch the Fire Emblem Direct when it went live. That was the one that I really cared about enough to actually do that for. Oh, that's a lot of reinforcements. But anyway, so I didn't manage to catch this one live. But yeah, I did not expect Lyn at all. Like, I really didn't expect Lyn at all. And it's also strange. I can also sort of understand it that some of the fan base is actually still mad, because some people have described it as, like, we make it seem like we don't care about you for, like, you meaning fans of the older games. We make it seem like we don't care about you for 80% of this game's marketing. And now we finally throw you a bone and only give you one character just out of the blue. It still feels weird that Lyn is in without Eliwood or Hector or even Roy. As much as I don't want Roy in because I don't like him. But yeah, it still feels a little strange because her being, like, the only GBA Fire Emblem rep is just kind of... And I mean, I know she topped the female Choose Your Legends poll, but here's the thing. Okay, I know that Lyn is a very popular character, and I don't mean this as any offense to Lyn at all, but I kind of feel like part of the reason why she topped that poll was less for her itself, and more for the fact that she is a GBA Fire Emblem character. Like, if that makes sense. Like, that's the real reason I found that the GBA Fire Emblem fans were voting for her partially because she was the first Lord that they knew about. And it's more for that factor rather than Lyn herself. It's more like, it's less a vote for her and more a vote for GBA Fire Emblem in general. Even though Lyn herself is still very popular, and I still like Lyn as a character, like, in her own right. I just feel like the vote, again, is probably partly through, anyway, GBA Fire Emblem fans. But still, like, I get that, but I still feel like, and again, there's the issue of her being yet another sword user, when, you know, I would've, when it comes to GBA representatives, I probably would rather go Hector or Ephraim, because they, you know, don't use swords. I need to heal Ephraim. Okay, thankfully I do have you in here. So, I don't know, but from what I've heard, Lyn's animations are very true to the GBA game. So this is something that I really do like about the Warriors crossover / spin-offs is, and this was in Hyrule Warriors as well, just the sheer attention to detail and all the references they do back to the characters' home games. Like, there's so many subtle ones in Hyrule Warriors that were just really cool to notice if you were a longtime fan of the Zelda series. And apparently the same is true for Fire Emblem Warriors in the fact that, like, Ryoma, a lot of his animations are direct callbacks to the Swordmaster animations from Fates. Just like subtle references, like not obvious references like Takumi having his doubles or things like that, but like more subtle references like the animations or things like that. I'm trying to think of an example from Hyrule Warriors, but there's like the fact that you can see the fishing shop in the Lake Hylia stage in the background, for example. Things like that. So it seems like Fire Emblem Warriors might definitely be doing well. They're sending all the Bone Walkers at us at once now. But yeah, things like that, and I'm really glad I had a feeling one of them would have a horse slaying weapon. I just kinda could tell. Garrett doesn't even need real puny weapon triangle. So yeah, I'm kind of avoiding all of the drama around Fire Emblem Warriors at the moment. It's just a complete mess at this point. I'm sure it will be a pretty fun game. I'm not really sure how likely I am to buy it on its release. Like, at the moment, the games that I'm mostly excited for, I guess, Switch-wise, are Super Mario Odyssey and, believe it or not, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which has a very good chance of possibly being my first Switch game. My birthday's coming up, and I'm thinking of probably getting a Switch for it. So I might end up getting Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, because from what I've heard, like, the vast majority of info I've heard about the game, most people are saying things like, this game is much, much better than any crossover with the Rabbids has any right to be. I don't personally have any strong feelings towards the Rabbids either way, but when the crossover was first announced, my first reaction was, okay, I first heard about it on just random comments that people were doing on someone else's Ask blog on Tumblr, and when I first saw it, I was like, okay, that's a joke, right? It's not a real thing. It can't be a real thing. And then it was a real thing, and I was like, okay, that's a real thing. Not sure what I think about that. But then I found out that it was going to be a turn-based strategy game, and I'm like, okay, that's even more bizarre, but I'll take it. And then it's apparently a very good one, so I'm actually quite excited to play it. Oh, those stupid Gorgons, they're just blocking me from going that direction. Though I think that if you go here, you might be able to fly around that in one go. Not Joshua, though. So yeah, mostly excited for that, Super Mario Odyssey, and, I mean, like, leading into the tangent that I was saying last time, I'm a little bit worried about Super Mario Odyssey going more of the open world approach, seeing as I didn't like that very much with Breath of the Wild, but to me, it really does feel like it has the vibe of 64, Sunshine, even Galaxy, like those sort of Star Collectathon ones, just with bigger worlds, and it has some really creative looking worlds, stuff they've never really done in a Mario game before, and that's just, I do really like the look of that game so far. I've seen some very, very bizarre clickbait videos about it, though, saying things like, this could split the Mario timeline, or something like that, and I'm just thinking, wow, why are people doing things like that? Why is just my only answer to that. Mario has never really cared about deep storyline or anything like that, or timeline or anything outside of... I mean, I know some people like to make a Mario timeline just as a pure joke, but... it just... when you think about it, it just... nothing will make sense if you try and do a Mario timeline, so... I don't know why people are... anyway, it's just kind of weird, just the kind of things people will try and do with a trailer. I mean, I'm all for full trailer analysis videos, Game Explain style, but when you start going into really bizarre crack theories like that, which I've seen plenty of clickbait videos in my recommended for Sun and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon like that too. But it's just very, very weird that people are actually doing that for a Mario game of all things. And I'm not trying to say story doesn't matter in a Mario game, because I absolutely love Super Paper Mario for its storyline. I think its storyline is really amazing, but it belongs more in the Mario RPGs than it does like I'm talking deep, serious storylines in Mario platformers. And yes, I am also referring to oh, she can't even get through that. Okay. I am also referring to Galaxy. It's kind of strange how... I don't know, I don't mean to be negative about things, but, like, the fact that people consider Galaxy's Rosalina storybook backstory to be really, really deep and amazing is kind of... I mean, it's unusual for a Mario game, but it's not like a... I don't know, it's not like... that game automatically is an amazing story-driven experience just because of that one thing that's not really relevant to the gameplay at all. I'm just kind of going all over the place here. Talked about Zelda before, now I'm talking about Mario. But anyway, excited for Odyssey, excited for Xenoblade Chronicles, although I have a feeling it may get delayed. I was one of those people that was quite happy at the announcement of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because... X just didn't really... X was very much a Western RPG, but Xenoblade Chronicles. And because I don't really enjoy Western RPGs as a genre much, it naturally didn't appeal to me very much. I got a bit of enjoyment out of it, but there are just a few things. Like for example, I'd rather have Xenoblade Chronicles 1's multiple huge areas than only 5 really huge areas. There was just, I felt there was more variety in the first game, and the first game, one of the things I loved about the first Xenoblade Chronicles was the characters, and the way the characters worked with the story, the way their bonds all developed as a team, and, like admittedly, Ryan and Ricky didn't have much of a reason to be in the party towards the end of the game, but they still provided decent moments. Yes, Gorgon, I am ganging up on you right now to try and break into this wall and take you out with a cavalry unit. Your days are numbered. But yeah, so the thing that I didn't like about X was that it really heavily it basically forced all character development for anybody who is not named Lyn, Elma, actually yes, for anyone who is not named Lyn or Elma to Heart-to-Hearts and side quests, and I really didn't like that all Heart-to-Hearts were purely with the Avatar. Because one of the things I loved about the first Xenoblade Chronicles was how all the party members' relationships with each other were all explored through those Heart-to-Hearts, and restricting all the Heart-to-Hearts to just between one character just really didn't do it for me. Plus the fact that switching party members was a complete and total pain in X. You had to memorize where all of them were in ULA, and just, anyway. So yeah, basically I'm more interested in the idea of like a full Xenoblade sequel than X, although I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but some people, and I understand that some people would rather an X follow-up, considering that X did end on a fairly ambiguous cliffhanger. Not so much cliffhanger, but it did have a lot of unanswered questions, whereas the original Xenoblade Chronicles, I mean, kinda concluded in a fairly answers everything fashion, so... But anyway, I'm interested to see where X Xenoblade Chronicles 2 goes, but... Just going on complete rapid-fire tangents on lots of random topics here, but there's really not much else to say at this point. But... yeah, I do see people whining about voice acting a lot when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's another thing that I did miss in X, is the British voice actors, so kinda glad that's back, but the ones that I've heard haven't been the best. However, I will say that I absolutely hated the voice acting in the original Xenoblade Chronicles when I first heard it, but they just grew on me over the course of the game. So these ones might grow on me too, who knows. Yeah, that's one of the key not bone walkers, whites. It's just weird how they just completely freeze and do nothing. I was about to say it's like their AI has been programmed to... Their AI only has instructions for opening doors, but that's probably literally what it is. That they forgot to program any other behavior besides open door with door key. Uh-oh. Okay, this is still gonna kill though. Because I have heard ranged pierce is... while double attacking is the easiest way to trigger the glitch. Oh, right, there's 2 Gorgons in there. Okay, they also have Demon Surge, so I really don't want to get Demon Surge crit. Actually, wait a minute. I think I'd rather force them out to the edge and snipe them from range. Because that way the second Gorgon will be out of range of Demon Surge if somebody does get petrified. That's good. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. 9 enemies. Let me just quickly check my records. Already 153 monsters. There is another reward for 200 kills here, so you get that one pretty quickly. We're going to have a lot of experience by the time this is over. 8, 16, 24. Yeah, units used is the total number of times you deploy people, so I guess that's for solo runs. You'd end up with a bare minimum of 10 there if you did a solo run of the ruins. Okay, so like I said, here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have Ewan go here. And this will lure the Gorgon over to the edge, where I'll be able to snipe it. That's good. Why does Ewan keep getting... I mean, I know it's the S-rank bonus, but he's got a lot of these. Okay, now who doesn't have a full inventory for that chest key up there? You don't. Which is kind of strange, since you have access to the convoy regardless. Might as well send you there for the support. Literally and metaphorically. And unfortunately, the only way to here at this point is breaking that wall. Although I think I might have a few extra door keys in my convoy, I'm not sure. Okay, 33 is a higher hit rate than I expected. But it still missed. Okay, I need a range attacker who is not loot. Because if she gets petrified, then I lose my... Well, I can trade the Restore Staff off of her stoned body. Not doubling with Luna, of course I'm not. Okay, I want you to get the experience here, but I'm pretty sure that I can't do that, so I'm going to have to just do this. And this will also lure the other Gorgon. Although not into a position where it has to go to the very edge of the wall, so I might actually rescue Natasha. She's almost capped already. Would appreciate a little bit more magic, but that's kind of fine. So yeah, this Gorgon will only go all the way to the wall if I'm around here, which means that I'm gonna need... Who's mounted? You are. No, I'm not gonna supply. Yeah, so now I can leave you in here. Take you, drop you, and get the chest key. So after I've got this, I'll explain what's in the chests. The chests here are not that great. One of them is just a random steel weapon. Or possibly a gem, but they're a lot rarer. Okay, so after I break... There's the chest key. After I break open this wall... Or I could just try and snipe these two over the wall via counterattack. I could probably do that. That guy also has a rune sword. It's mainly these two that I'm worried about. Although, the moment that I break this wall, they can't actually get to me, so it's probably okay. Keeping loot down here just in case somebody tries. Be able to get hit by Demon Surge anyway, but still. And that's why I kept loot down here. Thankfully, there aren't any other enemies in the area, so that's fine. Don't really need to do this, but might as well. Extra staff experience, I guess. Not much extra normal experience, though. I do double that one with Luna, but yeah, I'd probably rather just be safe and do this. One hit rate, nice. This has gone on for over an hour. Yeah, I mean, I could turn off animations if I wanted to, but it's just, I like seeing just the personal sprites of everyone. It's just something that just gets me attached to these characters a lot more. So, right, I guess now I should probably do the promised chest discussion. So, floor 3 of the Lagdou ruins is according to Serena's Forest, the western chest, which I think is probably this one. Wait, this only has 2 chests listed and there's 3 here. I'm confused now. It just has west and south listed. West must be this one, south must be this one. So that'd mean this one is not listed. So the west chest has basically a random B-ranked, well, Hellfire, Divine, or Nosferatu, another case where you can potentially get Nosferatu, and possibly gems. The south one has random steel weapons or possibly gems, but this one, what does this one have? Oh. Oh, okay, the reason why it doesn't list it is because it's not a random chest. It must always have 3,000 gold. Actually, out of all the chests that I could potentially get, I'm going to take that one. I suppose I could do a double up attack on this wall. Spears are so expensive, it's kind of annoying breaking them, but it's fine. So now let's just quickly get this map over with. Not to get too complacent, because those Gwyllgis could still potentially be a threat to someone. And here they are moving. I was about to say, did they just block the archers completely? But they didn't fully. One of them can still move. Okay, now, my plan here is to just smash through these enemies as fast as I can, although that's probably going to be hard for the Gwyllgis because they're very difficult to double. Except Tana can. I don't think that's Ephraim's support range, though. However, I don't like wasting uses of Sigmund, but I just kind of want to... This is the best way that I can keep Ephraim in support range and actually have him do something productive at the same time. I'm slightly worried now. He's got 2 levels to do this. Okay, yeah, that's definitely Ephraim support range. And I didn't even need to double. A supports are fun. Let's just... I kind of like Ewan to get some experience here. And these two I'm just gonna... Loot's still only... Oh, there's no... HP missing off of Natasha for loot to heal, but she could heal some other people. Or she could just try and use bolting on someone, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, good, you didn't completely block me and force me to attack with Garrick, because he's not really in need of experience right about now. Okay, so this definitely ends this turn. But I can get Lou to level up just by healing Ewan. Almost done with this map, and then 7 ruins floors to go. I'm still enjoying this though, like I'm not finding this that boring. I'm still kind of enjoying this. It's kind of fun to go to town with your full endgame team and just kind of destroy everything, because everyone I've got here is pretty overpowered, even in comparison to the enemies. That wasn't the best, but oh well. 17... Who needs it the most? I think the people who are level 17. See, now Tana is finally hitting hard, like she was supposed to from the start. I still like how Wyvern Knights keep the Wyvern Rider dodge animation of pulling back, whereas Wyvern Lords just do a weird sidestep thing. Not even a sidestep, they just kind of lean sideways a little bit. And there is a blue gem. More money. And that's the ruins complete. 3 down, 7 to go. And can you believe there's a reward for doing this place 3 times? Which I'm not going to be showing on camera, obviously.